Whew, I just finished Monsters, the Ed Gein story. And man, I didn't expect the ending to hit me like it did, but Ryan Murphy did a really good job on this. Now it got a little graphic. They covered his life and his a lot of times sometimes it felt like it was going off into something else, but there was a lot of time jumping because they were showing how he inspired a lot of serial killers or inspired a lot of filmmakers to make these movies about serial killers. I was unaware that his story cycle was based on his story. I also, and then how Alfred Hitchcock that sent inspired other filmmakers to do like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Silence of the Lambs. I didn't know that one either. I remember looking up Texas Chainsaw Massacre to see if it was a true story because that was like um, uh, urban legend that was a true story. And when I looked it up, and this was before this movie was being made, this series was being made, but when I looked it up, they mentioned that it was based on this Ed Gein, who I had never heard of. So, so there was Silence of the Lambs, there was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and there was also Psycho, all inspired by his life. I would say Charlie Hunnam. This was an Emmy winning performance for him, or nomination at least a nomination. They also had his mom was played by Laurie Metcalf, Jackie from Roseanne, and she did a great job as she always does. I'm not sure who this actor is, but he played Norman Bates. Because there was a lot of like I said, time jumping where they would go back into the making of Psycho and all the other movies. There was Buffalo Bill, we all know him. Silence of the Lambs, Leatherface, all these cameos. They also touched on Anthony Perkins and his struggle with his sexuality in real life, or not struggle with his sexuality, but hiding his homosexuality. Um, because back then he actually was struggling with it because he even saw a psychiatrist. They covered a lot in this series. This scene right here, the way Ryan Murphy was able to write something that made you just feel a little bit of sympathy for the killer. I know. And Charlie Hunnam did oh my gosh, this he he did such a great job in this role. I know he had to be exhausted after playing this character. Um, I'd like to see a couple interviews to see what he says about that. I mean, I saw before, and they were talking. He was talking about how important this role was, and just how he wanted to do the film right. But I really would like to know. I feel like he had to take a week's nap after this role because he threw everything into it, and you can tell it was and the ending was so moving. Just if you haven't seen it, check it out. If you have seen it, drop down in the comments, just let me know what you think.